If any of you listen to NPR, we could say, well, you've done it again. You wasted another perfectly good day on platform strategy. So I'd like to see if we can offer just a couple of reflective remarks on a few things in here that perhaps might just summarize a few things. Well, let's see if I can make 4 simple points. The first of these is who owns the data owns the opportunity. This seems to have come up in a couple of the panels. It came up in the IoT panel, the finance panel, the AI panel. One of the things I want to emphasize, however, is that openness gets recombination, the spillovers. If you keep things completely closed, simply owning the opportunity doesn't mean that you will get to seize it. We had a very interesting conversation yesterday with Clayton Christensen on disruptive innovation, who opined that Apple still has the margins, but if your unit sales go to 0, that's not going to matter. You might need to open your ecosystem a little bit more. Another one I'd like to emphasize, point 2, respect your complementers, especially even the hidden ones. That came up in Sam Ramji's wonderful talk. And the partnerships came up in numerous talk I raised just a moment ago, cities and others. Troll hunters and guru makers, again, are often less respected elements, but you need those members of the communities as well. Your partners are one of your greatest sources of ideas, inspiration, and recombination, and you will need those for the long term. 3, push your digital twins to the edge, we'll say, okay? This came up in a number of different instances. It was quite the case. In the optimization that we heard for GE, I think was quite insightful. If you're going to do the optimization, these digital twins are exactly what you can work on at low cost and model your ecosystem environments. Also, they have great information resources that can be recombined and open for third parties to use. Again, focusing on recombination. One 4th idea that came up in a couple of places, unbundle and close the loop. Unbundling came up in education, reducing the friction to adoption and the friction to reuse of the ideas. That came up in Anand's wonderful talk on education, what it looks like if you take, anyone can take the class and anyone can take it in individual units as opposed to having to take the whole thing. But closing the loop, as we just heard, also really matters because that's where you're going to get the feedback that gives you the ecosystem growth in the long run. So simply, again, those 4 simple ideas: who owns the data owns the opportunity, respect your complementers, especially even the hidden ones. 3, push your digital twin to the edge and unbundle and close the loop.
Thank you for that great summary, Marshall, and just thank all of you for joining us for this 5th MIT Platform Summit. And there are a couple of call-outs. So events like this don't run themselves. We have a terrific staff at the IDE: Jovi, Susan, Tammy, Shannon. And the IDE has wonderful leadership in Christy Coe and Dave Verrill, who have been incredibly supportive of researchers like Marshall and myself, who are able to work with the firms that you see here today. I'd also like to thank all of our panelists and speakers for really giving so generously of your time and your experiences and sharing your honest experiences, with sort of grappling with the transitions that we're all facing. Thank you all again, and there are drinks and hors d'oeuvres outside. We are done.